Tokyo Olympic Games are now history, and Team USA is celebrating an impressive medal haul. Well, wrestler Adeline Gray went to Tokyo with a mission, and she's now back home with a heavier bag, a bigger smile, and a new title as an Olympic silver medalist in women's wrestling. Good morning, Adeline.
Good morning.
So there you are, you're holding your medal. How cool is that? How long have you been home, and how are you feeling right now?
I was expecting to be a little bit more jet lagged, but I think just the joy of holding this medal is keeping me going.
Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine what it's like to be an Olympic champion, but you're no stranger to winning because you're a world champion, five-time world champion in wrestling. Talk about your sport and what it meant to you to be able to represent women's wrestling at the Tokyo Summer Games.
It's incredible to be part of a sport that traditionally was not for women, and it's now changing. There's so much opportunity for women budding in women's wrestling, and for women's athletics in general. There's a push right now for women's equality, and wrestling is a part of that. More opportunities, more access to education, more access to opportunities to win medals, and it's special to be a piece of that.
Well, a lot of times we don't hear too much about athletes once the closing ceremonies happen. But life goes on for you. What's next? Are you going to continue in your sport? Are you taking a break? How does that all work?
There are a lot of opportunities that I have at my feet. My husband and I are looking to start a family. The World Championships are in a couple of months, and then Paris is just in 2024. So there's still those pieces. And then I also have my degrees finished. I have my undergrad and my master's through DeVry University, and I could potentially retire and explore the use of those degrees.
Wow, so it looks like you have some big decisions coming your way, or a great life opportunities, I should say. Now, what advice do you have, as you mentioned, you have your degrees, what advice do you have for other students and athletes who are trying to balance all of that?
I would like to encourage anyone who is living a busy life and trying to dedicate themselves to something in their world to kind of open their blinders a little bit to the fact that education can be a piece of that. Investing in your educational career is very important. And I was able to win a medal at the Olympics while balancing getting my master's degree. And I'm one of 215 athletes to graduate from the Team USA education provider with DeVry University. And it just is truly special to know that I'm reaching my full athletic and human potential with these medals and my degrees.
Yeah, congratulations. Those are two great accomplishments. And we know that things didn't go as expected with the Olympics this year because, you had to wait an extra year. So talk about what it was like going into competition. How are you feeling, especially in your weight class?
It's a very challenging thing to have a pandemic and be a wrestler. It's definitely not COVID friendly to go out there on a wrestling mat and have to try to beat people up. But I was lucky enough that during the pandemic, my sister came and lived with me, and I had someone who I could train with in my living room. It did not look like our normal Olympic training. So this makes this medal so much more special because it really didn't know if this was going to happen. We didn't know if we were going to be able to get there. We didn't know if my lack of access to proper training was going to be enough for me to bring home hardware. And so I just am so grateful that I'm standing here with this medal in my hand, knowing that I contributed to the success of Team USA. USA Wrestling brought home 9 Olympic medals. Amazing. And the women brought home 4 of those. So it's special to be a part of this movement of women getting opportunities in this sport.
I bet you haven't let that out of your sight. Have you been wearing it nonstop or sleeping with it under your pillow?
Not quite, but it does have a special box that sits on the counter. And I'm really looking forward to showing my family this medal.
Oh, I'm sure. Any one memory that stands out from Tokyo that you can share with our audience?
So my sister actually got to go, and she was my training partner, so she had a credential, and there are no fans, no one's allowed access, and my sister is a wrestling coach, and she got this like behind the scenes VIP experience where she warmed me up for a wrestling match and then got to go sit in the stands and cheer her head off as Team USA won 9 medals. And it's just, we haven't won that many medals since the 80s in wrestling, so it was so special to be a part of, and just watching her joy and enthusiasm for the sport sport really just brought to light the fact that women are excited about sports, that women are a part of sports, and this is just going to continue to grow as equal opportunity happen in our country for women within athletics.
Well, congratulations once again on your wonderful Olympic achievement and on many levels, putting women's wrestling on the map, putting Team USA wrestling on the map, and obviously achieving your bachelor's and master's degrees with DeVry. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. You can keep up with this Olympic wrestler on Instagram at Adeline Gray.